Hello everybody and welcome back to the LMM podcast. And for those wonderful people who are patrons, you get to see this in full video. For the rest of you, it's just a podcast. Over to my right, we have Craig, and beyond him, old man Tom. Now, for those of you who are listening to this, Tom's cold because he's got old, you see. It's been a hard day for Tom. And Tom is now covered up with a blanket here at the LMM recording studio because he's 100.
Brave, very brave. Look, I've had a long day, and I'm cold. And if this carries on too long, I may be asleep. But we'll sidetrack that.
For those of you who aren't enjoying this in a visual treat, and I recommend join the Patreon just for Tom's face, it is a beautiful look that he has given me, which means I may not survive the night. So, taking this quickly into a realm of happiness, how's your fleet, Tom? Are you on a good times or a bad times?
I think we're sort of not too dissimilar to where we were before, with the exception of, with any luck, over the next few days, we will be starting the repair on the BMW. So, doing top-end rebuild, valve stem seals, and hopefully try and get that car recommissioned for trips this year.
Yes, this is part of an upcoming series of working on this car, the other convertible, and then something else, and then hopefully
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So
well,
this is a series on something else, and possibly something else.
As I started speaking, I realised that we hadn't revealed either of the other cars taking part.
No.
So I managed to save that and stop myself from doing a faux pas. But there will be multiple convertibles being fixed up and then taken on an epic road trip.
Yes.
Epic.
Epic.
Yeah, exactly that.
So it was seamless.
Yeah, I thought that's almost like we rehearsed it. Craig, are you on a good times or a bad times?
Yeah, everything seems to be going all right. Everything, my van, the Ranger soldering on, and the 4-track still waiting to be welded. So,
Greg, I think that 4-track has been waiting to be welded as long as I've known you.
nearly, yeah.
It's one of those. One day we'll get around
Well,
to it.
when I
can't talk.
when I went to look at it, my dad said, "Yeah, that's all right. I'll get it all welded up by Christmas." And I laughed at the time. I said, "Well, what Christmas?" And it's been three Christmases.
Well, he didn't specify which Christmas.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's always dangerous, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
But otherwise, everything's all right.
Oh, that's good.
And so, how are your vehicles?
I think I'm on a positive mood at the moment. There are no new faults to anything in the fleet. Everything that was working is working, and also, we spent a day in the shed and managed to get to the bottom of the X-Trail's problems and solved a long-running problem with the X-Trail that's been going on for months and months and months.
And how long did that last?
Less than 24 hours.
He was all very happy about it, and it was great success. And we went out for a spin afterwards, and it was, oh my God, we finally fixed it. And
All
then a
this
message
time.
from him in capital letters not long afterwards going, beep, 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 car beep, car beep, broken.
I was so unhappy. I just got back into it. It's like, why are all the warning lights back on? I drove you home, I parked you up, I told you you're a great car, and then took it off the driveway the next day, and it's just dashboard full of warning lights. Like, well, this is new. A related fault, but different.
Do you reckon it could be battery related? For the fact that that battery is toast.
You know what it could be? When we go and work on your car, I need to pick up the computer. So we have a tablet computer that we got sent, and it's turned out to be an amazingly useful piece of kit. And recently, since we've got it, it's basically lived in the X-Trail to read the numerous fault codes. And so, in a kind of symbolic move, I put it into the shed. I was like, well, I don't need this anymore. And now I just need the computer to work out what the fault is.
It usually it sits in the most troublesome car because it sat in my Range Rover for about 3 months. Where every time I took it out, I had to have it permanently connected. So when it went limp mode, no, you're not. Limp mode, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And then the X-Trail took over the crown of most unreliable vehicle purely on the basis that I stopped using the Range Rover. It can't be unreliable if I don't use
My
it.
logic I use for all of my stuff.
If I just leave it there, it can't be broken.
One of my friends, my old school friends, one of my oldest friends I stay in contact with, whenever I see him, his first line is, so how many things are broken down? And I use exactly the same thing. Well, nothing's broken down recently. And how many of them are on the road? Very few. Well, that's why nothing's broken down.
For good reason.
Yes. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. So, shall we bring this towards the main topic of discussion for today?
Go on then, what's that?
We're going to be talking about that wonderful joy of restoring vehicles, and is it worth it? Is it worth all the time, effort, money, to have something that's probably not as good as if you just bought a good one? So I'll open this up with the concept of a 944, a Porsche.
Ooh.
I absolutely would love a 944. And they say that a 944 will cost you 20 grand. If you buy a cheap one, you need to spend the rest of that money to take it up to 20 grand to make it a working one, or you can just buy one for 20 grand. Apparently, you can't do it a cheap way round. So, Greg, you've got almost as many projects as me. How's it going? Is this worth it?
No.
What have you done today, Craig?
I've been crawling under my pre-war Ford and removing the brake cables, and it's pretty original. And so the car's, 87 years old, and trying to undo anything on that has been an absolute nightmare.
Is it going to be great when it's done?
It might be not done in my lifetime, but
That then begs the question of what do you class as done? Like
It
when is a
works.
car, when is a project car ever truly
When you can
done?
drive it out of the garage legally on the road with a ticket, that's it done.
that's a long way to go for that. Yeah. You've seen it, haven't you? That's
Craig sent us a photo of it recently when he was doing this work of the exhaust system, and you know how. Have you seen this photo, Tom?
I have seen the picture of the exhaust, yes.
What is
What I shall do for those of you watching is I shall put the photo up so you can see.
For those of you who aren't, if you imagine an exhaust system that takes those exhaust gases away from your engine to the back of the car, the key feature of this that is a complete and sealed system.
Remove 90% of it.
I can see the baffles and all the internals of the exhaust
Jeez.
box.
Craig's exact words were, "I wondered why it sounded so good."
Straight pipe.
Yeah,
But yeah, is it worth it? No, but you just do it for the love of it, because
for the love of what exactly? For clambering around in, because I have this.
Giving yourself pain, struggling, and
I have this relationship with dupes. Like, whenever something goes wrong with it, I hate her.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate working on that thing because it's a pain in the backside. But it's the highs of when it works. And your Range Rover. Tom's twitched. We may have lost Tom. So we took that out a while ago to solve a problem on it. We solved the problem. Had approximately, 30 seconds, 45 seconds of joy?
maybe give it 5 minutes, because we at least managed to get all the way out to the end point of our little route and 50% of the way back.
And then it failed. Now, fixing this will come up at some point, I think, in a later video.
The car probably would have gone by then, but you'll see what happens to it.
That was an experience.
It is not one I ever wish to have to do again.
The car is awful to work, but lots of things I work on, I quite enjoy the experience. And like going through it, like restoring something I quite enjoy, and cleaning up and painting things and repairing something I quite enjoy. That experience was not one that I enjoyed at all.
No, well, like the job we've got to do on my BMW, I'm genuinely actually quite looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just having a go, because everything is fairly accessible in that engine bay. Anything you need to do is sort of there. Whereas what we had to do on that Range Rover was
A
change.
simple task.
All it was an auxiliary belt. All it was an auxiliary belt. And how long did it take? It took us 2 days.
It was 2 days
2 days.
to change a belt.
Because the radiator has to come out, or not the radiator, sorry, the radiator cowling has to come out, which has about 515,000
The worst
bolts.
thing about it is it's, all right, I've released this bolt and I've got this bit off. Right, now I need to take it up on the lift to do something underneath it to release something else. Now I've released that, I have to put it down on the lift to release it. It's just...
And the most ridiculous bit was I had to remove 3 bolts, which were all in really stupid places, and to remove those I had to take something else off, all to get to 1 bolt for the fan cowling that was at the bottom. And I said to Laurie, if I ever have to do this job again, I probably just wouldn't put the bolt back and just go, oh, forget that one exists. Or I would just rip the cowling off and say the screw either comes with it or it doesn't. But I'm not dealing with that again.
I hated that. Looking back on it, it's a challenge. But yeah, there's lots of jobs we've done and lots of things I'm really proud of, and I think that was really good fun. And look, the first time I fixed dupes when we worked out where, before both of your time, but dupes used to dribble diesel when it was running. It always had a constant drip, 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 and it always struggled to start. It always just cranked and it cranked and it cranked and it cranked, and then eventually you got a cough and a cough. And after years of having it and mucking around, I eventually found that the fuel union from the fuel pump comes up to a four-way, and then that goes to the injectors, and you've got your two bleed-off returns coming to that four-way. And the way it had been done up was you had about a thread of the fuel line actually in that union. And as soon as I adjusted it and tightened it up, fine. Starts now like a couple of pistons up.
On the button.
Oh, she's brilliant
Near
now.
enough.
And it doesn't dribble diesel everywhere. And that was great. I really enjoyed kind of working out where everything was and going, oh, this is this, and sorting it. It was a pain in the backside to fix because it's one of those lovely bit of designs where you can put the spanner in and do a turn.
Okay.
And then a turn. But it solved it. And that highlight, loved it, enjoyed that. Oh, your Ranger. But then again, going back to yours, how many hours do you reckon you're going to sink into that car?
I don't even want to hazard a guess because that's just.
How many hours you sank into it so far?
I don't know. But if the problem is, I suppose, if you worked at hours, money, and that isn't, especially something like that, because
I was going to say, what's it going to be worth when it's done?
if that was totally restored, I reckon that might be worth 10, 12. I reckon you could easily sink 20 into that, plus more.
So why do you do it, Craig?
I-
Because this is the problem, is why do we do this? It's like my
There's
Moggy.
no real answer to
No,
it. I think
and-
it's
To take my Moggy, for the amount of time and effort that's going to take to sort that out, to cut the floor out, a new A-pillar, a new inner wing, everything else we find out that's wrong with it along that journey, the rear suspension struts, because they don't exist. I could just buy another Moggy.
yeah.
That would be the logical thing to do at this point, is to just go, never mind, break it for spares, and buy one that's good. But I don't want to do that.
No, but the Matford, I thought, when I went to look at it, I thought, this is a serious commitment, but I thought, it's a pre-war car. I've never heard of one. Now, it can't be that many. This is my only opportunity to get it. But as I got it back home, about a couple of months later, another one turned up on Facebook Marketplace.
better.
Oh, yeah, it was on the road.
Oh.
It had paint and an interior.
And you looked and went,
Shit.
I was going to use,
But then, middle of last year, one come up in France, which is fair enough because it's a French-built Ford. It had a rebuilt engine, new interior, had been painted in the past, all ready to go, and it was for sale for €6,300.
Nice.
And I paid $3,500 for mine that wasn't even running.
That's
That has,
a bag of.
it has the interior, if you've seen, it's got the seats, but it's the seat frames.
Nice.
It has character, and it has the potential, and it is the framework of a really good car.
As not as rotten as your Moggy, which is amazing.
Moggy, did you know, of all the things I've bought, and I have made many questionable purchases, that Moggy is a mistake. I shouldn't have
I'm
bought
sure
them.
every time we go to the shed, there's slowly more and more space becoming available in that corner as it just slowly returns to nature. But there's like a little ring of rust around the carpet next to it.
I genuinely regret that car. But if it had been any other type of car, though, I would really be sitting there going, yeah, this was, and get rid of it. But because it's a Moggy, and if you really want with a Moggy, there's reproduction.
Remanufactured.
Yeah, reproduction panels. You can get new floors for it. You can basically get a new engine
It's like
for
the
it.
classic minis, isn't it? You can buy pretty much every.
Same as MGBs.
Yeah,
and the
if you
Mercs.
want, you can build yourself a Beetle. You can build yourself an MGB. You can build yourself a Mini, and you can build yourself a Moggy. And that is the only reason that I'm not chalking this up to a complete and utter failure. And I will admit, I should have... That's one of the ones I turned up, looked at it, and just was like...
Heart bought, bought with the heart, not with the mind.
The problem is, you've done this. When you turn up somewhere,
No,
you've
boss.
travelled. You've travelled.
Not me, boss.
You've travelled a distance, and I've got the trailer, so I'd gone to work, borrowed the trailer. You've travelled for a couple of hours to pick up this thing that you've asked the person, is there anything else I need to know? And oh yeah, it's fine, I've been driving it around, I've been dailying it. You think it will be okay. And you look round it and you're like... And then you're kind of committed, because you've already put like 2.5 hours plus the diesel into the van to get there with the trailer. And you're like, and I think I paid $400 for it. It wasn't. It was like, it might be okay.
It was like that Z4 that me and Loz went to look at.
Oh,
that first one I went to look at, and I said, "Is there anything wrong with it?" No. Okay. Is it everything in good condition? Everything works? Yes, everything's fine. And he turned up, and there's like a bit of it poking out. And the first thing I noticed is this patch of rust the size of a football on the rear wing. I'm like, we didn't mention this. Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't notice it. You didn't notice it.
The single greatest line I've ever heard, because you pointed out something
it
on
had
the dash.
An airbag light on the dash, and
he went,
with Z4s, if it has an airbag light, it's usually costly, because if it's the roof convertible module thing, they're sort of all linked,
terminology.
and it's late, and they're very expensive to replace. And I said to him, "What's this airbag light, mate?" And he was like, "What airbag light? What airbag light?" The blooming red airbag light that's staring me in the... I've never noticed that, mate. I always drive the car with sunglasses on. I'm like, have I not told you that before?
That? It's the most
he was just like, no, I've always driven the car with sunglasses. I'm like, sorry, but how naive can you be if you can't... I just don't understand it.
It was something as well. You said he turned the airbag off, hadn't he?
Oh yeah, he said, "Oh yeah, I turned the airbag. There's a switch, and I turned the passenger airbag off." And Loz just looked at me with this sort of face of confusion. I looked at Loz and I went, "I'm pretty sure you can't do that until the facelift version of these, which came out in 2007, and this was a 2004 car." And Loz just looked at me and went, "Yeah, he's chatting absolute rubbish."
And then you drove it.
And then I drove it, and I'll be honest, the engine felt strong. It had plenty of poke. The brakes felt quite good. They also felt like they were trying to be on permanently. And I had absolutely no... Words have just failed me.
I can see, like the car did. Was it the word you're looking for, the steering, and the fact that it was
oh yeah, the steering
lethal?
was cattywampus. Everything was rather dodge, and I just thought, I have absolutely no guarantee and no faith that this car would actually get me home.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that within about 15-20 miles it would have caught fire.
See, Loz was better for you, because I went and looked at an MGTF with Loz, and Loz came with me to look at it, and I was hoping he was going to be similar to you of, this isn't a good idea, but Loz just went, yeah, that's great, you should buy it. And I drove that car. It was in London, and I got it out to the M25 and was just hit with this overwhelming sense of, I've mucked up. And that ended up being the video with all the stuff that was wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one that we went to look at was something, I think it was $2,500. And I said to the guy, I was like, $2,500, you are absolutely miles away if you think anyone's going to pay you $2,500 for this car. Not trying to be that sort of person that comes along and goes, yeah, you can't, you think you know what you've got, mate, but I'll give you a packet of crisps and a Freddo bar for it. But I said, you will be lucky, like my Marv would be $1,000, no more than $1,000, because it needs so much work putting into it. And I didn't want to do the work. Whereas the one that I ended up buying, I think was up for about 2.3, had a couple of little bits. The guy I bought it from had done a fair amount of work to it himself.
But I think they've done a lot of work to try and solve the issue that we're going to go and try and solve tomorrow.
No, it was the timing.
It was the timing, wasn't
He
it?
sunk a huge amount of money in new like throttle valves. He put in new ECU, new this, new that, new God knows how many things to try and solve this sort of weird hesitation and lack of power. All he needed to do was take the valve, the rocker cover gasket. Oh God, I can't talk today. The rocker cover off, wound it through to top dead centre, and look at the cams at the back where it's supposed to be dead flat, and see that one of them was out of kilter, and you would have gone, "Oh, time is out."
I have never been more proud of you than when you sorted that. And like, you take it out afterwards. Like, I don't. Now, for those of you who are again,
I've never been so close to pooing myself as the moment of starting that
starting
car
off
up
it.
after just doing the time, and like, this is either all going to go very nicely or it's all going to
click,
sound
click, click.
very metally and unpleasant.
the for those of you who aren't watching this and those who haven't had the joy of seeing Tom's face, Tom isn't necessarily a person who smiles an awful lot. His face is fairly emotionless a lot of the time. I have never seen such a big smile on any human being in this life than Tom having fixed that car.
Or when we thought we'd fix the Range Rover.
Oh yeah, that was. I've got a photo of that.
I have a print of that photo at home, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when you handed me that, you were like, "Look, it's a photo evidence of the day that Tom actually smiled."
For 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So bringing it back round to what we actually started to try to talk about, why not buy the rubbish shed 4 and fix it?
Can't be bothered. I haven't got time, and I don't. But as we've said, by the time you sink, the amount of money you need to sink into it in not just parts, but if you're doing it yourself, fine, but you've still got to have the time to do it. And I just thought, if I can buy one, the point I was trying to make about my one being up for 2,200 or something, was that I paid 1,900 quid. So I paid less for one that was sorted on the road with a year's MOT, with just had a brand new roof, all these extra bits, 2 ECU, so I've got a spare ECU if anything goes wrong, blah, 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 blah. So I've sort of got a better base point than I would have done if I'd spent more money and got that other one. So this one, I can now put a bit of effort in to get it how I want it and then enjoy it.
So I think for me, for a lot of my stuff, it's come along at the right time for the right money for me to go, yeah, I can afford that, and then I can work on it slowly. And like, just take the Lotus, like a good Elite, well, they value massively varies, but I'd never be able to justify the money to have a good on the road fully working Elite. Whereas my one was, well, a couple of grand I think I paid for it when it was on the road, and then a famous YouTuber drove it and overheated it, and we opened it up and found that it was completely knackered, and that was the end of that really. But that one was okay, and that needs a load of work. But most of my stuff has been, well, if I buy it now, I can do it slowly. I like tinkering with stuff, and then I'll have this car that I enjoy. What does one of the redacted goes for these days?
Well,
The one at the back.
Oh, that redacted.
Yeah, that one.
Shall I have a little Google?
Well, they've been coming up in price, but they're still, I think, relatively underrated, really. But I think we can pick a nice one for
Oh,
one.
you silly boy. I've just put how much is a redacted. Thank you, Brian.
I think you probably pick up a reasonable one for what, 4 or 5 grand?
I would say the 5 to 6 mark is for
Yeah.
a nice one. Whereas mine was like 600 quid, I think.
Yeah.
In average condition, a
Redacted.
beep is worth around 6.5 to 7 grand.
Oh,
But they are
okay.
going up. So for me, buying it for that low money, so far I've spent a bit. I've bought the new radiator, pipework for it. I've got various bits to now finish redoing the engine. And that what have you done? For those of you who aren't watching this, Tom's just made a face.
I'm on Car and Classic.
How are you?
I am.
Dangerous.
There is there's one here for 3,995.
Oh, that's cheap.
There's one for 4. What on earth are you? That's fantastic podcast material.
For those of you listening at home,
I pointed a phone at Craig,
Yeah.
and Craig looked at the phone.
as pure professionals, at all times we are committed to you, dear listener, and not looking at our phones at Cars and Classic. It's right. Don't mind Grandad sat under his blanket.
It's actually quite a big bag, actually.
Yes, shut up.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Craig, are you cold? Have some blanket. You can just freeze to death over there. I don't care. Mine.
For those of you who are missing the amusement, Craig is just cuddled up with Tom under the blanket.
Well, I've never heard so many plugs for the Patreon in a podcast as this one.
It's kind of worth it just to watch whatever's
I'm
going
not
on.
quite sure how that's a good plug. If you want to watch two blokes under the same blanket, join the special Patreon.
Before we started recording, both Craig and I were like ripping into Tom, like this is going to be a big theme of the podcast, just ripping into Grandad there. And now you've just joined the ranks.
But before the podcast, I had to go and change out of my work gear into stuff that's sat in a suitcase in my car since 4:15 this morning.
Oh, woe is me.
It was cold.
If anybody is still listening, thank you very much for staying with us at this point.
Doubt it.
So let's try and get this back into it. So yeah, for me, a lot of the stuff is I could afford it at the time, and they're cars that I wanted that realistically I wouldn't have been able to buy, like in the future. And then the rest of them are things like the Volvo 440 that was bought for the challenge, which I unexpectedly fell in love with, and now I wanted to restore that car because it's the most comfortable
It is
thing.
very comfy, isn't it? Very floaty.
It handles like it's awful, utterly awful.
But also, a lot of the stuff you've got now, they have risen up now, haven't they? Well, the stuff where, because I sort of like pre-war, sort of wartime stuff, it's sort of, some of it varies, but some of it is actually now starting to come down in price.
Like people have commented before that I've bought too many things. I've got too many vehicles.
No.
But thank you both. Stop nodding.
Oh, sorry, my nodding. Sorry,
Yeah.
no.
But I wouldn't be able to collect those vehicles now because I've been collecting for 10 years, I guess. A lot of the stuff that I've acquired now, the prices of it in the condition that I have it in has become
Your MR2.
Yeah,
prime example.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I haven't seen a... Did they do the turbo in this country?
No.
That's why, then.
Yeah.
Because I have not seen
So
another turbo
lots
one
of
in
people will take one and turbo it.
Yeah.
But
not
mine
a
is
factory
a
turbo.
legitimate factory turbo MR2
That car is probably 10 grand now.
and more. So MR2s are really weird because a lot of Jap stuff has just like gone up. It's really desirable. Like JDM stuff is, but the MR2 has never seemed to capture that. And they're great cars, but it's never managed to capture that. But even at the price twos. I mean, when I had my first one was like 500 quid, and my second one was 300 quid, and the turbo was also like sub 500 quid. You can't get them for that money anymore, but they're still not expensive for what is a really good car.
No, you could pick up a really good MR2 for what, 4 or 5 grand.
Yeah, and it's a super car.
Yeah.
That again, with mine, I want to fix those and get them back on the road, and I enjoy that thing. And for most of my cars, as soon as I've driven them and done something, so going back to the 440, I now want to do that because I've had adventures in that, and I've done stuff with it, and I've taken it places that it's almost killed me. Did I ever tell you about the almost killing me?
No.
Was this when it did the famous MR2 thing and tried to swap ends?
No, not the M2, the 440.
Oh, no.
The Volvo?
Yeah,
The Volvo tried to kill you?
Yeah.
That's very unvolved.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, normally you kill anyone you crash into.
So the Volvo has an issue with the temperature gauge, and to deal with this, we found to just run it with the heater on at all times, and then we found that there's a leak on it. So if you have the heater on, you're losing coolant. The heater matrix of the 440 had developed to leak, and as you know, the heater matrix is up against the bulkhead, so everything's got to come out to change it. To deal with this in winter, I was just not using the heater unless I got absolutely desperate and got a bit of heat on it because I needed coolant in the engine. And at the time, it was my only thing on the road. I think this is before the Mini. So I've been down with Loz in Portsmouth, was driving home, and it had started snowing. And I was like, okay, I need to get some fuel. Need to get some fuel. And I saw a sign for services off whatever the dual carriageway is from his.
A3.
And I was like, yep, I'll come off this. So I came off the road in the snow, and put my foot on the brakes to slow down for this rather steep corner as it does a loop round and over the top of the road. And the car just went, no! And I was like, I'm going to crash a Volvo in the snow. I'm never going to live this down. And it'd be a really awkward phone call to have to phone up Loz, having left the house 5 minutes ago, and be like, so I've been the Volvo. And then it did the Volvo thing and went, oh no, I don't want to kill you, and gripped and went around the corner without any...
That sounds like driver error to me.
I can assure you it wasn't.
Driving too fast in the conditions.
I wasn't driving that fast, and I was braking very gently for this, and it was a genuine moment.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, a genuine, I thought I've done everything right. I'm not driving very fast on the dual carriageway. I've come off nice and gently onto the slip road, and I've slowed down nice and, I'm the toboggan.
I am now pain.
Yes, and then it was fine. But again, that car, that is never going to be worth the time and effort to fix it, because it needs the whole interior stripping out to fix the heater matrix, work out whatever electrical gremlins have done gremlin stuff behind the scenes of it, so the temperature gauge does that, and the various things on it don't work. And then somebody has previously wired in, I don't know what, into it and mucked it around with. So it's got all that bodywork that needs doing. It's got the dent in the side of the door, it's got all the rusty arches, and many other little issues with it. What's a 440 worth? Like £1,000 for a nice one?
If that, yeah.
I mean, the only thing it's got going for it is the fact that it's rare. Like, they don't exist anymore. Because everyone's has rotted away and they're just throwing them away. But it's never going to be worth the effort. But I really want to do it, because I like that car.
I think that's the point to make, is it's all dependent whether they're worth bothering with is all dependent on what that car means to you. And whether you want to do it. Like, I mean, a lot of people would say, can't be bothered to do half the engine work on a BMW. You can buy a rebuilt engine for X amount of money, you buy the engine, you whack it in. But I want to be able to go, I rebuilt the top of that engine, I did that so that I can continue enjoying it, because it has been used for one adventure, which you will see
Soon,
actually, yeah.
in fact, possibly...
You might have already seen it, in which case you'll know which one we're talking about.
Yeah, there's a schedule and everything this year. It's terrifying.
Yes, if you haven't seen it, it won't be long.
Yeah, it'll be around the time of this podcast coming out.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, like being able to fix something yourself. Like the sensations after I fix something, or I've come to the, like I fixed the X-Trail. That sensation when you fix something and you've done it, and you've taken something that was a wreck or was broken, and you've brought life back to it and you've taken it out, there is nothing better.
I never enjoyed a trip in a car more than the day I fixed the timing on that car. Went out for a spin, put my foot down and went, oh, this is how this thing's actually supposed to pull away from a set of traffic lights.
But conversely, would it have been worth it? You wouldn't have got that sensation, but if you could have thrown some money at somebody and then solved the problem, rather than...
It's not the same though, is it?
No.
If you pay someone and go, here's some money, fix it please, it all depends how much... Like I say, I want to work on that car, I want to learn. I bought that car as a bit of a learning experience for me, something I could get the spanners on, something I could have a go at fixing if it went wrong. On the opposite end of the scale, I would not want to work on my Merc. And I do not want to work on that poxy great big lump of British...
Where would you even start on the Merc? Because your Merc's what, 2000 and...
This is 21. So I don't know.
We've opened the bonnet once and it's just plastic in there. There's a hole for oil and a hole for water.
No dipstick.
Oh, it's electronic, isn't it? I hate that so much.
As is the Range Rover, no dipstick.
I don't like that.
So I always think, so what happens then when you buy a car that's been sitting for 5 years, could have catastrophic oil leak, you can't test your oil level until you've already start the engine, run it up to temperature.
You also can't dip it and go out and go, ooh, that's creamy.
Yes.
Does yours actually have a sump bung? Because I know, was it some of the cars, they have to suck
No,
out?
I think it does have a...
Right.
No.
Yeah, for some of the modern, was it BMWs or something?
I can't remember if it was a Bentley or something. They have to vacuum the oil out of it. They almost stick like a vacuum cleaner in the top, and it just sucks all the oil out.
No.
I might be talking rubbish, but
I swear there was a car manufacturer that
Have you both been eating cheese before bed? Has this just been...
it's just horrible nightmares. Oh, I'm sure I've heard that as well.
Yeah, I can't remember. I swear it was BMW, but
I could do a service on that car quite easily because I know where all the bits are. But it's another thing of, working on your own car is fine depending on the age of it. Because there'd be certain things that would, if they went wrong on that, I would not even know where to start. All the computery based stuff.
My cut-off is the 2000s. Like, the X-Trail is too new for me.
yeah,
Like, there are all its issues at the moment are electrical gremlins.
What, sorry?
Electrical.
Electrical.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
I have no idea where I was going.
Electromagneticity.
Yeah, them ones.
Right.
The magic lightnings.
The pixie people in the...
Yeah.
Did you say that? I did.
Yeah, the magic stuff. It's just, we were talking about it earlier as well. Where it's just when cars get too complicated, they've got too many things on them. You just,
It's like that Range Rover. All it was, the biggest problem with it was that the DPF was blocked, which is just a mechanical, like a physical blockage in the exhaust system. And yet, because the car is so complicated with God knows how many computers on it, it was going, I can't make boost.
Now, I'm just going to bring us back to this as we're on this. What did I say to you when we first initially looked at it and you told me I was wrong? I said there was a blockage there, so that you can't get rid of the air. And you went, no, it's what the computer says.
That's computer.
It made me very happy.
Font of all wisdom.
But this is it. It's too clever for its own good, although it does have a very clever television, doesn't it?
It does have a good television.
For those
That's not enough for me to want to keep it.
No. But for those of you who have not been in one, it's got a television with, what do they call it? Is it?
I don't know what... There is a clip of it. I don't know
So
when or where you'll ever see this clip, but there is a clip that exists.
So it has polarization on the TV.
It's like a prism-faced screen.
Those of you who are in the passenger seat, you can watch television, but it projects a different image of the car's settings and everything to the driver.
Or sat-nav.
Yeah.
You can have sat-nav on for the driver and television for the passenger.
But it could kind of bring this back vaguely around. I think that the 2000s, late 2000s, maybe the early teens, is going to be the end of enthusiast cars. Because you can't fix it. Like with the best one in the world, it becomes too complicated, and so much of it becomes, well, it needs a new electric system. It needs a new bespoke wiring loom, or this other, or this little computer. So how many computers does your car have?
Which one?
The Landy.
I don't know, but the Merc will have more.
Yeah, it probably does.
I'm
actually.
sure.
But where you take like the Matford, that's probably been somewhere laid up for decades, and I mean probably 40 or 50 years. And yet, cleaning the points on that, and I've got it going.
Well, take
Even like, I thought the car was negative earth. Turns out it isn't, but it will still run positive earth. It don't matter which way you was. You might get your gauges work, and the other way they won't work, but it will still run and go.
And this is what I love about it. It's simple. Whereas, let's be honest, if somebody parks up your car in a barn and comes back to it in 25 years,
Half the stuff won't work.
you won't start. You won't get that going. The computers would have gone mad. It'll run out of power. Everything will go mad. It won't restart.
And also all the components and that, because I imagine a lot of that stuff is all plastic and everything. So everything is just going to
I mean, I assume techniques will come along. People will have like vacuum formers and bigger stuff at home and 3D printers. But you just can't, like with yours, you need to fabricate something. You need to put a new piece of metal, and you can do it. In the future, I don't think we'll be able to do it. I think there's going to be this, and also it's just because it's so difficult to work on and so disconnected. There's a whole generation who aren't going to be like there with Dad working on the car. You're never going.
With Dad swearing at the car again.
Yeah, and the man from the garage comes and takes the car away, and you get the loaner for a bit. I don't think we're going to have that relationship with cars and people who actually want to work on a car and buy a project and do it up. Because I think they'll be so disconnected from it, and so disconnected from the technology behind it, that it won't happen.
So ultimately then, are they worth it? Is it worth working on old cars?
Financially, no, it's really not.
No.
But all of my stuff, it would have made, by the time I'm done with it, it would have made a lot more sense to save the money and just buy a good example.
But you know what money's been spent, where it's been spent,
Well, it's my
and
car.
on what.
But it's my car.
Exactly.
That's it. When I've done it, that's my car that my handiwork's done. He says proudly, and what we're taking redacted number 2 off.
For someone else to fix.
Yes, because it's just going off to someone.
Because you've just given up and gone, I can't be bothered with this.
There's 45 now in the collection.
It is about time that some of them that you don't know much about, you just go, I want this car to work, fix.
That one is one, again, it will come relatively soon on the channel, is one that I am sure as soon as we start working on it and pulling bits off to try and fix other bits, we're just going to open a can of worms. And I want that to be somebody else's problem and not mine. And that one can go away, be sorted by somebody else, and come back as a working car. And then I can enjoy it, take it to shows and do stuff with it and not have to stress. And that
Which would be nice.
oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
And your final thoughts on that?
Well, I agree. It ain't worth it, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to really explain it.
Not financially worth it, but it's
No,
worth it from a personal.
It's a hobby, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice to work on stuff, and if you're lucky enough to have a workshop that you've got,
Yeah, that is one big bonus because, like yourself, you know, if you want to do like engine work on your Beamer on your driveway, that's
Tricky.
doing it hardcore, really.
Yeah.
But
he did the timing on his
I
drive.
did
Yeah,
do the timing
yeah,
on the driveway, yeah.
so it can be done, but
With the neighbour walking out the front door having a heart attack going, "What are you doing?"
but
That's
it's
fine.
But it's like when I got the Matford, I took my dad and uncle to pick it up, and they looked at me like, "What are you doing? You know, this is just a bad mistake," because it weren't running. Got it back home, and my dad said, "Oh, I'll play around with it for a bit and see if we can get it to go." And we at the time couldn't get it to go. He put it on a 12-volt battery, even though it's 6-volt, and he's like, "I think bottom end's very knockety." I thought, "Well, no," but when we did get it to go, it doesn't knock, and that was the best feeling ever. And also, he's now come to the conclusion. He went, "Actually, you've actually got a nice car." Well,
When he's no, it is when that's
Yeah.
done. Also, the history of that's I always find this is why I like old stuff like this history and the none of my stuff, the old stuff, should survive. Your Matford definitely shouldn't
no,
survive.
the fact that particular model they made 500 in a year. It's a 1-year model only, and I've got photos of them being commandeered by the Germans during the Second World War as staff cars. And I've even found a photo of one that's been blown over by a bomb in Strasbourg, I think. And like I said, the fact that the car still exists, and there's only, believe from the club I'm in, about 4. That's it.
Wow.
Or left.
Yeah.
Blimey. Incredibly rare.
Yeah. But the thing is, don't make it, like you were saying about your Volvo, it doesn't make it worth anything.
No.
But
But it's got history. It's got more. I think
It's a story to tell.
particularly when you're on a pre-war car, it's got like so much history, so much it's been through, and so much it's done.
and I still haven't met anyone that actually knows what the car is. Like I said, the Matford brand in France pre-war was the 4th biggest French manufacturer in the country, but by the war, the name just disappeared. So it's, like I said, it just tells a bit of history that hardly anyone knows about.
I think, to be honest, we can all answer that question with a: is it worth it? No. Should you do it? Yes. Because we're all in the same situation.
I don't once
We
if
all
they
have stuff to work on.
and if they've gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
You've lost that and all its history, and it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fun conversation of what everything we do is pointless.
Yes.
So moving on to the next thing, we've got a new game to play.
Yeah, so I have bought us a new game which I pinched straight from somebody else, but I thought we will have a go because I enjoy listening along to it. So the game we are going to play today is called 20 Questions. So someone, I don't know, you've come up with an idea. Laurie has come up with a car. Me and Craig have to guess what that car is in 20 questions, to which Laurie can only answer yes or no.
If this is a giant waste of all our time, they guess it within the first couple of questions. There's a backup car. Which one of these guys has got? So this
I
is
haven't, but I'm
No,
sure
I
I can
haven't
think
either,
of
but-
one fairly quickly.
So this is either going to be a huge success and hugely entertaining for everybody, or they're not going
And
to
you need
get
to
it.
keep count of how many questions we've asked.
Right, I'm ready.
So get your hands ready.
Yeah.
Okay, right, who wants to go? Do you want to...
Yep. Is it European?
No.
Is it American?
No.
Is it Asian?
Yes.
Is it Japanese?
Yes.
Oh.
Right.
Toyota?
Yes.
Is it an MR2? You predictable swine.
It's particularly it's the turbo R2.
Oh,
It's
I wonder where you came up with that
I thought
idea.
we were going to go down the line. I thought this was either going to be like that in 5 questions,
Yeah.
or it was going to go down the lines of, well, is it available in the UK? No. Then go down
I mean,
that.
my first question was going to be, is it actually a car? Because I would have thought, I would have thought you might have said no. And you were just like,
Have you got a car in your mind that you can...
uh,
If not, I have. I've just thought of one.
yeah.
Okay, right.
We'll go for Tom, are we?
Begin.
Is it European?
Yes.
Is it your Merc?
No.
Yeah. Is it German?
No.
Is it a car from this millennium?
No.
Well, I'm lost. I didn't know Tom knew cars before he was born.
Is it Italian?
No.
Is it French?
No.
It's going to be like a ladder or something. Oh, this is surprisingly more challenging than I thought it was going to be. So we who else make cars? We've done
That's what I'm feeling.
European, we've done Germans, we've done the Italians, we've done the French.
Is it Czechoslovakian? Or Czech Republic?
You two just made yourself sound so thick.
Oh, is it British?
You just said, is it European? And then you've gone through all of the various countries and as if they're not in Europe.
No, you said it. Yes, it's European.
Yeah, it's European.
Yeah, we said, is it French? Is it German? And is it Italian? We're like, who else makes cars?
I think because we were probably thinking on the continent, didn't we?
Yeah, and then you were going, oh, well, it's, yeah.
Is it British?
Yes.
Right.
Cool. Good start. So it's not from this millennium, and it's British.
So was that 7 questions?
You're on 7.
Okay.
Got loads to go.
Has it got a V8?
Yes.
Is it an Aston Martin?
No.
Is it a sports car?
No.
That takes out basically every Lotus then.
It's got a V8, and it's not necessarily a sports car.
So it's going to be it must be a Tourer or something, or a GT. He smiled at a GT.
Yeah, but this is just pain. Because you've got to be so deadpan that you don't. Oh, Craig might have something here.
Is it a Jensen?
Yes.
Jensen Interceptor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. That was that.
So I mean, it's amazing how quickly you can get to a car in.
Well, the win was British and V8 because as soon as you went V8 and British, I was like,
but and also the other thing was the sports car because that took away a lot.
That was my thing because I was like, it isn't.
No,
but it's still.
It's like a Grand Tour.
Yeah. Oh, well done.
That was good. That went well. Should we?
So Craig just needs to think of something quickly off the top of your head, whatever you want.
See, I could if you two didn't know the Matford, I could have said that.
We never got the Matford in a million years.
Today we're playing 20,000 guesses
for a car that we didn't know existed before we met Craig.
Yeah, this podcast is
of which there are 4 left in the world.
6.5 years long.
And we still haven't guessed it. Welcome to episode 49 of Can We Guess Craig's Car?
Yes.
I've got a car, but I don't know whether or not you'll get it.
Is it the midget?
That's not the midget.
That's question 1.
Yeah.
Is it American?
No.
Is it Japanese?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not the midget?
Is it a Suzuki?
No.
Is it something? Is it JDM? By which I mean Japanese domestic market and not available here.
No.
So okay. So it was available.
Is it 4-wheel drive?
No.
It's an MR2 again. So it's not Suzuki. Is it front engined?
Yes.
It's not an MR2.
Is it a Nissan?
No.
Are you counting questions?
Yeah.
That wasn't a question.
What are we on?
8.
Just try and work it out.
Is it 4 cylinders?
It can be. I could give you another little hint.
We asked if it's in
It could either come in 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Is it a K car?
Yes.
Ah.
Is it a Daihatsu?
Yes.
Oh, is it the Copen?
Yes.
Well, there we go. We all suck.
Oh, we're really good at guessing
We're
cars.
very good at this. We're all nerds.
I'm actually impressed. Cause
Actually, I honestly thought you might not have got that.
I don't consider my, especially compared to you guys, I'm not a car nerd. I'm much more into my tractors and like the lorries and obviously the railways. And so to be able to play this with you car guys and succeed, I feel very pleased with myself.
Good.
We're good teams together.
Pub quiz team.
We have a very specific bit of knowledge about rubbish cars. The rest of the world means
Can we have
nothing.
any questions on cars built between 1930 or
Yeah,
the year
1999,
2000, please?
Would be useless. So, which brings us back to games. So let us know in the comments, especially for the patrons. And can you leave comments on
Well,
the?
you can leave Patreon comments,
Well, yeah, I was
or
thinking
you can leave them on
on the podcast thing.
the podcast.
Have you enjoyed
thing,
this game, or do you like our finding random cards game? So let us know.
because we can always swap between. It's nice to break it up a bit.
And on the subject of new things, we've got a new segment for you. And this is What's Troubling Tom?
Oh, I forgot about that.
What's troubling you this month, Tom?
Do you know what really annoys me? I have a lot of things that annoy me.
This segment has come about because of the sheer
things.
amount of moaning Tom does.
I do a lot of moaning, and then he goes, "Do you know we should have a podcast segment just to listen to your rants and moans?" So it's nice to feel loved.
We feel that if we have to suffer with it, we can share it with you guys, and you guys can suffer. I mean, no, I've got nothing.
You've got nothing for that. So my sort of rant / complaint / unhappiness this week comes from this new obsession for cars to have sort of asymmetrical wheels.
Oh,
And the biggest perpetrator of this at the moment is blooming Peugeot. Every time I see a new Peugeot, I look at the wheel design, I go, who came up with that? Who signed it off? It looks atrocious. And when they're going along, the wheel, no.
actually, some of your things that you've moaned about, I just go, yes, dear. But
He's having a moment.
but the wheel.
A monument.
What is wrong with modern wheel design? We were discussing earlier the electric mini wheels.
I'm going to have to have a...
They
I've
are one
trapped
of the
my
most
phone.
hideous thing I have ever seen because they are not a balanced wheel.
Let's find it.
The
The
wheel-
electric mini.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because then if I can find it, I shall put a picture up.
It is not a balance. The wheel is not symmetrical, and it just triggers. Yeah, that.
No.
It's not balanced.
Look at that.
It's how is a round wheel that's meant to be balanced? How is it not balanced?
But who went into a board meeting went, oh, boss, I've come up with a fantastic new design for a wheel. I want to make it asymmetrical and look...
Oh, that and they probably
And they went, oh, yes.
That is woeful.
Have a promotion, please.
Somebody will have said, "Oh, that stands out. That's unusual." I think it's not the we should not be comparing cars on wheels. But every new car design, every new wheel design, they're trying to outdo the previous one.
Let me find the...
You've set me off now because you're totally right. They're so unnecessarily complicated.
Do you think, what was the matter with just a wheel being... I mean, yeah, we had steel wheels. They were very simple. Mm-hmm. And then alloy wheels and blah, blah. And then the diamond cut alloy wheels.
Even that, you start going... I
I'm
like
not
alloys.
comment on that.
I like being able to change the alloys on my car and put different wheels on it. I've enjoyed that. Find the alloys that you like for it.
Because lots of wheels do make a car.
No, they do. But so many cars are now it's the shape of because we've got into this very aggressive car design language. All cars look aggressive and the wheels are still sharp angles and corners, and it's just... You okay, Tom? For those of you who
What's that?
what you found?
No. It's that.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. It's that.
What is that?
So
I've just got to
just
say
those of
that.
you who are listening to this.
What is that?
Oh my dear God!
No.
That's another Peugeot.
It's Peugeot.
Peugeot are not good at that.
Peugeot are the biggest offenders at this at the moment. What is that?
Oh my dear
You know when
sweet
a wheel
baby
goes
Jesus.
round and you can see
That looks like a transformer. That's a Michael Bay transformer.
Just no.
I don't understand. Who cares that much of how the wheel looks?
So personally, I see some wheels and I think that's a really nice looking wheel, and then you see some wheels and you think, eh. But I've never had a wheel make me take a picture of it to send it to someone to go, what the is this?
Do you know what the worst offenders are? Electric cars. Electric cars across the board have terrible wheel design.
And it's these electric crossover things is what it is. Let me just Google. I'm sure it's that exact car I'm just thinking of. It's the Peugeot. Yes, it is. The Peugeot E2008, which is the sort of electric thing. Look at the wheels.
They look like the Batman logo.
It just
If you
horrible.
if you were looking at a Rorschach test, the blobby test to see what you see, that's basically a Rorschach test on the wheels.
What do you see in the wheel, and are you blind yet? Because you should be if you're looking at it.
I mean, I don't like current.
There you go. Another one. What's that?
Oh my!
I think that was the first one. The first one I saw with that sort of hideous wheel.
So what
design.
is that? Is that another Peugeot?
That's another electric Peugeot.
If any of our listeners are electric Peugeot drivers, we have questions for you. But
yes, I'm not. I don't want to single anybody out, but I just want to know why.
It feels like you're trying too hard in an area of the car that I really don't care about. I want my wheels to be. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom is having a seizure. What have you found?
No.
What is that?
What?
No.
They're square.
That's what I mean.
Is that
It's
another
like, it's another Peugeot.
It's
They're just trying
perfect.
to.
What's a Peugeot doing?
They're trying to. What was
For those
wrong
of you
with? What's
who-
wrong
who
with
are-
the wheel?
For those of you who are listening to this, it's a Peugeot where the main defining shape of the wheels are rectangles.
Why are we reinventing the wheel? Can we not just have a wheel that just looks like a wheel that does wheel things and it looks really good?
I think there was a period that, like, the worst thing about it is you can't even change those over. There's not, like, I don't think you've got the aftermarket choice anymore. For a while, there was a huge amount of alloys and different wheels you could buy, which were fine. Whereas those, I don't even think you can kind of, because most people...
There's no coming back from that, I don't think.
No.
Well, but I think also because that car, the majority of those will be done on lease hire or whatever, or PPI, where you can't change the wheels.
PCP.
PCP, thank you. Yes, where you...
Funnily enough, if you search worst wheel designs, the first one that comes up is that mini wheel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's one of the ones that people have complained about the most.
I hate that so much. It upsets me on a spiritual level.
There's a difference between wheels that look horrible and in some of these threads is like wheels that people hate the most based on personal preference of like how hard they are to clean. AKA the wheels I had on my M2 were lovely looking wheels,
Oh,
but
they're
a
nice.
total nightmare to clean
Yeah, but
because there's so many spokes.
they look like a proper wire wheel from
Yeah.
that. They're nice.
Should save that as well.
Now, I think but where have we gone wrong? Because that was a genuinely nice wheel on your M2. Like thick spokes, nicely done, nicely defined, but still very definitely a wheel.
There seems to be a theme here as well between Peugeots, new electric Peugeots and Minis, because you don't like that electric mini wheel.
No.
That's another one, and I don't think you'll like that either.
That
Because it looks like the spokes have broken.
that wheel looks like that photo has been taken the moment that it's overspeeded
Watch this.
and it's shattered.
Yeah.
And that looks like that is a freeze frame on the slow-mo guys
As it's
of
just
the
gone.
wheel in shatter. What? Because do you know how many more £1,000 have been spent on developing that wheel unnecessarily
to make it look specifically hideous.
What do I care about on my wheels? I care that it's not hideous, that it's round, it's relatively lightweight, and it's strong. That's what I care about. I don't care. I'd like it to be more than a steely because I'd like a bit more lightweight. But I want a nice, light, strong wheel, not someone developing whatever happened over there. This has turned into lorry moans, hasn't it?
What is that?
I don't even know what they were trying to do.
But the problem is so much just going on though.
Do you know
that's
what?
what I mean.
In the photo you've just shown that I don't like any of the wheels. But it's why not put that energy and that design into actually the car? Because
That's another design concept wheel from Peugeot. It's getting
Oh,
to
it
a
goes
point.
in.
I mean, I appreciate now,
that looks like modern
especially with
art.
electric cars and stuff, that they try and fill as much of the wheel up as possible to make it aerodynamic, because it's amazing the amount of extra range and stuff you can get and efficiency you can get by just having more aerodynamic wheels. But I don't care.
Put a cover on it.
I'd rather have a nice looking wheel and lose a mile of range.
Make it like a CX or a DS.
Yeah.
Have the covers over the back of the wheels. But also,
Well, they did it with Teslas, didn't they? But you actually had quite a nice looking alloy wheel behind it, and then they just wanged a cover on the front of it. So a lot of people are just going, I don't like this cover, it looks rubbish,
why
rip it off.
can't we put the same level of design onto the front end of electric cars? Because I don't think any car designer has yet got around the idea of there used to be a radiator here at the front in the bonnet.
Do you see the Ford Mustang that's not a Ford Mustang? The Mustang...
That is a wrong name because it's not a Mustang.
No, but
yes.
the front end bit where you're saying, it's like there should be a grille, but there isn't a grille. Instead of a grille, they just gave it a moustache.
That's it. That's exactly the problem I have.
To make it look like there is something there, but there isn't something there.
So you have a bonnet with the piece of plastic where there should be a radiator grille, and why can't we spend that same amount of time and effort and design of those wheels, which are hideous, but at least do something with the front end of modern electric cars, because they're just meh.
This has quickly gone away from wheels.
This
is now what's troubling LMM joint today.
I don't like the wheels. I don't like the front. I guess it's because most electric cars are broadly quite similar. Right.
It's amazing how many now actually are based on the same platform. Like they're all fundamentally the same car underneath.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't realise there's a new... I think the new VWs and Fords are based on the same platform.
Even the transits and the transporters.
Yeah. Here's another one. The new Ford Capri, which is not a Capri.
We don't speak of this car.
Exactly. That underneath is a VW ID...
ID3?
ID5, I think it is, yeah. So that's a VW underneath. There's something that is technically a Polestar underneath. They just seem to share... Because the battery technology and stuff is so expensive to engineer and...
I suppose it's a combined risk as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they just go, buy the chassis and put your whatever body you want on it.
I've commented about this before, especially as the crossover thing started to happen. The cars were all looking very similar. And we weren't... I miss those days. Even in the end of the 90s and 2000s, there was some wonderful design and striking cars.
You see something go past, you go, what was that?
Or you knew what it was when it went past. You were like, oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I hark back to the Peugeot 106, but that last generation of Peugeot, the 106 and the 306, the design language was there. You knew it was a Peugeot. Now we're recognising it by terrible wheels. But those styles of... I don't know. I don't think cars look that strikingly different anymore. That you've got I think the lines of an Aston, like you could always go, it's an Aston when you look at it, or even like the Jensen, I suppose, you could go, oh, you're definitely a Jensen. Whereas I don't really feel that you can do that anymore with modern cars. You can't go, maybe you're Mercs, because they've all got a very common design language.
You can play that game when you drive up behind them on the motorway. You go, what are you? I don't know what you are from here. How close can I get before I work out what you are?
But like I said, years ago, you could tell the difference between a Peugeot and a Volvo, but now... they could be just all the same.
It used to be the same with headlights. Like if you saw 4 headlights coming towards you, it was probably BMW. And then it was if you saw the halo, the halo rings, probably a BMW. And then they went to something else, and then they went to like these weird hook shape things that were one way round, and then all of a sudden they were upside down, and now they've gone for bars, and you're like, can you just make your mind up? Because I don't know what you are anymore.
I think strong car identity has gone. I think cars as a whole, especially your common or normal car, have become very similar because the normal non-petrol head person, what they want is kind of like, it doesn't matter if you get into it doesn't matter if you get to a Nissan, a Volkswagen, a JQ, a 3YD, because that's what the logo says. Like,
what?
BYD.
Yeah.
Their logo, they haven't got the back on the B, so it's a 3. So it's a 3.
They?
No, their logo.
Have I missed this?
Yeah, that's why I call it a 3YD. If you look at their
I
logo,
wonder why I thought you were just being
no.
Do you actually know what BYD stands for?
build your dreams.
Yes.
And in the early BYDs, they used to write build your dreams across the back until I think people looked at it and went, that looks crap.
It does. But yeah, their current logo is like the new Kia logo. It's very stylised and it's just a 3YD. And I like the 3YD because of that. I don't like that car. Point being, they deliver the same experience. They're relatively comfortable. They have super light steering for people. They're easy to drive. They're comfortable. They're climate control. The experience that they offer across the board from a Volvo through to it isn't that different anymore. For different, you have to go and get something really like you need to go to a Rolls for that magic levelling suspension. I watched a video on that the other day with the Rolls' magic. You drive with speed belt bumps and the car doesn't move suspension. Or you go and you buy a Lotus or a Ferrari for that for that experience. Cars have got boring.
It's actually a 3Y backwards C.
Oh, 3Y backwards C. Okay.
3Y backwards C, because the D doesn't have the downwards dash on it.
It's a terrible bit of design.
3Y backwards D. That's what they're called now.
It's more trendy. I like that. That's a better name.
What are you driving?
A 3Y backwards D.
Oh, right. Nice. Which one? 3Y backwards DC line.
It's something we should discuss in a future podcast is what is the worst current name for a car? This could be a topic for another podcast. Like brand. Because there's lots of bad names out there at the moment that I just would not drive. But on that bombshell, I think we'll wrap this one up. So let us know if you've enjoyed the new section of What's Troubling Tom, which has just turned out to be something that
What's troubling everybody.
Clearly we're all very upset about.
Don't you worry, there's plenty more where that came from. I come up with something new every day.
We have a lot of things we can discuss, but this new thing of What's Troubling Tom there's a lot there. He's a troubled boy, bless him. For those of you who are enjoying this just for the audio only and you're still with us for some reason, you can't see the look of, I can only assume it's pure love that Tom is projecting my way. He smiled. Second time today. And about the third time this year, so we're probably doing well.
Don't get your hopes up.
So with that, we need to go to bed because I don't know how long we've been running this and I don't know how long the edit will be. But Tom and I are off on an adventure tomorrow with a new vehicle, which by the time you see this, we will have revealed my new toy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because that's going out as we record it.
This coming Friday.
Yes, so we're going to go play with the Roadrunner. Yeah.
That should be good fun. We're going to go... I don't actually know what we're going to go and do with it yet.
Got plans.
Stuff. We're going to do stuff with it.
So with that, I've been Laurie. To my right has been Craig, and to his right has been Grandad Tom.
Or is that what granddads do?
Do you have a granddad?
No, I don't anymore.
Oh, well, that's what a
Brilliant.
lovely...
Thanks for ending the podcast like that. I'm going to go and cry now. You horrible man.
And if you have enjoyed this nonsense and you want to be able to watch it, consider joining the Patreon where you can watch whatever madness this was.
Can't believe he said
For
that.
anybody with a dog, I apologise for the noise that only they could hear, and they're just going, what is going on? What is this noise? Anyway, thank you all.
Bye.
He's now just a dribbling mess. Why do we put up with him?
I have no idea.